We have a lot to get into on this triumphant Tuesday. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for what is going to be another jam-packed daily cryptocurrency market update. If you are new around here and finding yourself on my channel for the first time today, don't forget to check out that subscribe button because I drop an update just like this one around 1 p.m. UK time every single day to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening in the crypto space, but also the broader markets. And we looked at the broader markets yesterday. We brought up gold and silver and spoke about why what they are technically setting up to do is very bullish for the cryptocurrency space. And I know I lose a lot of people when I start to talk about other markets, but often the clues to what the crypto space is going to do, or certainly a confirming factor to what the cryptocurrency space is going to do, lie elsewhere. And when we see assets looking as bullish as they are, certainly dividing those assets by Bitcoin and crypto, the total two is our chart that we prefer because we're in altcoins more so than we are Bitcoin. It really paints a very bullish picture. So we looked a lot at the traditional markets yesterday. I want to talk about some really interesting revelations that have taken place over the past 24 hours in regards to an Ethereum ETF. We are, of course, going to be talking about the ETH BTC chart and ETH dominance chart that we've continued to highlight that both suggest a major move for Ethereum in regards to Bitcoin and in regards to its overall dominance, percentage of the cryptocurrency market cap is on the cards. And that is going to be signaled by something fundamental taking place, likely the approval of an Ethereum spot ETF. Now, they could still label Ethereum as security and allow an ETF for it. But we can maybe save that whole rigmarole for another video. Let's just deal with what's transpired over the past 24 hours, break it all down technically, and look at the markets generally. So this is from CoinDesk. Ethereum ETF's filings process sees abrupt progress, though approval not guaranteed. And this is from sources. These guys typically pretty have. I mean, CoinDesk is the largest, I think, media outlet. Hopefully we'll get there one day. That's out there. Remember, do go and check out allincrypto.com. We are looking to bring writers on very soon, and that's stuff we've got moving on towards the latter half of this year. But exchanges are being asked to update their B19 or their 19B. Can you see how I put the B in front of the 19 there, being dyslexic? For filing on an accelerated basis by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. The US and Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, asked aspiring Ethereum exchange-traded fund exchanges to update their 19B for filing ahead of a key deadline this week. The SEC has previously been expected to reject the Ethereum filings, and while there's no guarantee of approval, the move suggests progress is being made. Let's dive over to some takes. This is from Kyle Dupes. I think I'm saying that right. A very interesting name. ETH open interest has skyrocketed to a record-breaking 14 billion as investors are bracing for an Ethereum ETF. The SEC is demanding faster updates on their filings from exchanges. Bloomberg analysts predict 70% approval rate. So what are they talking about with open interest? For anybody that doesn't understand that, it's just open interest means basically people partaking in the futures market. So basically betting on Ethereum, whether that be up or down. It doesn't have to be, open interest can be people betting short or betting long. But this is very likely to the long side, certainly given what Ethereum's price did just yesterday. Let's dive into that take from Bloomberg analyst. And of course, they're referring to Eric Balanchunas, who is, again, great guy to follow. So there's an original take here from a lawyer who I'm unfamiliar with. And he says, if the spot ETF is approved, it will be a true shock to everyone I know in DC who's close to this process. That doesn't mean it won't happen. It means approval could signal a major shift in US crypto policy after the SARB 121 vote, which was overturning the SEC's, basically Congress overturned something to do with Bitcoin filings for large companies, which shows a clear favoritism to the cryptocurrency space and a distaste for what the SEC is doing. There's a lot to cover in this update because this has broader ramifications for the altcoin markets more generally. If Ethereum gets through the door, just like Bitcoin getting through the door, it means that others can't follow in its footsteps. Perhaps more importantly, ETH itself. Obviously, this is the take from Eric Balanchunas. Update, Jeff Safe, I think it's Safar, isn't it? And I are increasing our odds of a spot Ethereum approval to 75%, up from 25%. Hearing chatter this afternoon, the SEC could be doing a 180 on this, increasingly political issues. So now everyone's scrambling. Like us, everyone also else assumed they deny it. See Nate's tweet below for probably orders of events. But again, we are capping at 75% until we see more. This is Nate's tweet. SEC decision deadline this week on spot ETH ETF. SEC must approve both the 19B, 4's exchange rule changes and S1's registered statements for ETH launch. Technically possible for the SEC to approve them and then slow play on the S1. So on and so forth. So this is huge news, and this is what we've been technically looking at. So despite everybody, let's address Ethereum's price. In fact, let's address what we've been looking at. Despite everybody saying how unlikely it was the SEC was going to approve an Ethereum ETF, we've said no, technically this is absolutely signaled. And I do believe it is. So this is a pattern that's been setting up since 2017. And it's ETH against BTC. And it's largely been going sideways, but this has set up what I believe is going to be a broad continuation pattern that is going to see Ethereum gain some pretty significant ground and break to the upside against Bitcoin. That's going to be likely on the back end of fundamental news. And one swallow does not a summer make. Also, we have the ETH dominance chart, which is also setting up in a similar manner. So we're almost looking for a doubling in Ethereum's dominance. If you look at the Hong Kong, what happened with Hong Kong, they also approved an Ethereum spot ETF with a Bitcoin spot ETF. I think Ethereum captured up to 30% of the flows. So there's a clear institutional demand for Ethereum. There's a clear institutional demand for crypto more broadly. And once those barriers that get broken down, just like they have with Bitcoin, you're going to see what we've been talking about with Total 2 play out and then some. So this is absolutely spectacular news. Again, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, guys, please do so. We're also looking at this bull flag for Ethereum, and we said it's very likely setting up. It's very textbook in the sense that you were congesting here. You were kind of squeezing, consolidating. You know, your momentum, you can see how this is very pronounced. That was reducing. You were sort of banging your head, finding support here on this range, and then you sort of put your foot above it. You've now broken out of that range. And of course, this is all on the back end of fundamental news, but technicals will make you early to the fundamentals. You can't know the news before the news. You're not an insider, but what you can do is technically assess the chart, and insiders will position. And this is why these technical patterns form before or when they know the news, before you know the news. And this is how you can kind of be on the winning team, if you will. People think that technical analysis doesn't work. Well, it's no coincidence that they've never made any money from it. I happen to have made lots of money from it. I have an entire group of people that are making money from it. I know many more people that are good technical analyzers that make a lot of money off the markets. You'll always find somebody saying that technical analysis doesn't work that have never made any money from doing it. And that's because they've never done it right. And I understand the caliber of technical analysis on YouTube is insane. I mean, I see people talking about bullish and bearish divergences for like the RSI, and they can't even get that right, let alone anything else. But we're not the best at technical analysis. We're just somebody who tries. So very interesting that Ethereum's done this. It's very likely when you sort of weigh everything up technically and sort of fundamentally what we're now getting, that you are going to get that Ethereum ETF, whether it's this time, whether it's next time, it's irrelevant, it's coming. And that is going to have really broad ramifications for the cryptocurrency market. This is the Total 2 chart, everything excluding Bitcoin. Again, this technically signaling a move for the altcoins is coming. You've got lots of your altcoins like HBAR, like many of these others, coming back to their 30-week moving average, ready to sort of springboard off of it. It's going to be a great time for crypto, ladies and gentlemen. We've got global liquidity warming up. We looked at, and please go and watch that video on gold and silver yesterday. I know you don't want to hear about gold and silver because you don't have your money in it, but it's giving you clues in regards to what the cryptocurrency space is going to do. You have to look further afield. Having your crypto blinkers on, you're going to miss things. One of the main reasons we were calling the bottom up for Bitcoin at 17K was because we were looking further afield and we were seeing the stock market bottom, and we were saying, okay, crypto's usually correlated here. There's a bit of a lag, obviously, because of what happened with FTX. We've got technical signals for Bitcoin, like bullish divergences and so on and so forth. Let's go with it because we assess the broader sort of macro trend is a good one. And we have altcoins. I think our highest altcoin is 660% up. Some people say that's not spectacular. even meme coins are going to do insane in this market. And I just hope everybody's a part of it, I guess. Investing isn't for everybody, but it's certainly something that we should all do to try and arbitrage the scam of the fiat systems that's been propagated against us. So maybe we just take a quick look at Bitcoin. Again, pushing to new all-time highs. There was some sort of small structure for Bitcoin on the smaller time frames. So if we drop right down to a 2-hourly, you can see that you've very much set something up here, and you've broken with momentum, and you're really pushing up. So this is definitely a bottoming structure for Bitcoin. Again, you're kind of ranging. It's flag-esque, and you're certainly supporting off the midpoint. Yeah, get ready. Also, we're seeing things like Uniswap. Really appreciate off this. I think ETH dApps could do quite well on the whole ETH news. It's going to be a great time in the cryptocurrency market. It's a great time to be in crypto, period. That's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not already a subscriber, what are you doing at this point? And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in Wednesday's update. Don't forget, we'll be doing an evening video. We'll be resuming those. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next.